Good morning, everyone. At least it's morning here. If it's not morning there, good afternoon or evening. My name is Leo, and welcome to the channel. I'm out today doing a little bit of a little exploration, a little documentation. I'm out here in near Burnwell, Kentucky. And matter of fact, Aunt Betty's house from the Feud. I'm sure you guys know, those of you who follow the Feud. Aunt Betty's house is right over here. The baby, Johnsy and Rosanna's baby, there's a little hill right here. This little road goes down and out. The little hill right beside of it is where Johnsy and Rosanna's baby's at. And the Aunt Betty's house is next to it in the valley. And then she and Uriah are buried on the hill next to that. So there's no telling who, we're going to run into, in a place like this. Those of you who've been following the channel, we've ran into quite a few historic characters doing this very thing right here. So we're actually going to go through here and take a look, take you guys along and take a look. And we're going to find out, just exactly who is here and document them. And then naturally we'll update everything on Find a Grave and all that. Y'all know how we do that. But anyway, I guess we may as well get to it. It's not that big. It's a little bit bigger than I thought. I was expecting maybe a dozen or so people, but it looks like there's quite a few more than that. Looks like there might even be more than one plot. But it's kind of a hidden, like I said, it's Aunt Betty's. It's the road back down, back down toward Williamson from Aunt Betty's. It's kind of hidden, and you have to go up a little narrow road to get up to it. Very pretty place though, very peaceful up here. It's considerably bigger than I thought. Considerably bigger than I thought just a second ago. I thought it ended here. It goes on down. Alright, let's go to the end and work our way back. I see some Scots. That's a name that also figures into the Feud as well. Some old ones on this end, that's for sure. Very old ones. Alright, where's the gate to this? Aha, it's on that end. Let me see if there's anything below it, and then we'll go back to the gate. Okay, there's a house out here. There's a house down at the end. Okay, are there any more graves in this fenced area? I think that was the last of them. I don't see any. I think that's the last right there. Okay. See some McCoys right there. Okay, let me get up here, get through the fence, get back down to the end, and we will start. Okay, we are ready to get started. And the way we'll do this, like we always do, I'll go through and check out all of the graves and the names and dates, and Heather will do her magic. She'll go through ancestry and genealogy and various newspapers and military records and all sorts of stuff, and see what we can find. You never know. Some of these people had very interesting stories, and I would not be surprised if there were Feud-related people here. I can see McCoys from where I'm standing. I see two right there. So, I've seen quite a few just walking in here. So you never know, right? You never know. A lot of them are unmarked. This first one right here, Lillian Robinette. 1926 to 1996. Cross over the bridge. Now these two here, although very pretty, I don't see a name on either. And these over here obviously are field stones. There's 3 of them here. One there with field stones. And no name on those. That one's a baby. See how short it is compared to the one right next to it, the longer one? See the difference? This one's almost certainly a baby. Okay, this is Herbert Lee McCoy, son of Reese and Bessie. January 1941 to July of 1941. This says McCoy, son of Reese and Bessie, 1917. Several more field stones. This one here is Lona Yates, 1900 to 1958. Get out of the picture, or try to anyway. The angle of the sun is kind of difficult. These are field stones. That one looks like it. See, Robert Yates. Okay, this is Ermel Yates, 1903 to 1969. The field stone there, hound dog over in there. Jim Yates, 1893 to 1963. I bet Jim saw a lot of changes in the world, didn't he? He saw the world go from wagons to cars, among other things. Infant Scott Boy, April 9th, 1934, stillborn. Walter Scott, 1919 to 1921. Another baby. Here's another one. Leonard Scott, 1929 to 1930. Nellie Bond, baby, September 26, 1923. There's another one too. 1-year-old. Goldie Bond, August 1st, 24 to August 28th, 25. 1925. Alright. We did not get these. This is Malcolm Yates, 1927 to 1999. Lillian Yates, 1907 to 1998. Lorraine Patterson, 1930 to 1932. Eleanor Louise Patterson. I can see a 27 to a 37, so it's a 10-year-old. And I got those. Had to back up and get a couple. A lot of little angels. Cordella, not Cordelia, Cordella. Cordella Patterson, 1871 to 1957, and Lunsford Patterson, 1871 to 1942. Harvey Patterson, 1863 to 1952. This is Eloise Bond, 1902 to 1978, and George M. Bond, 1901 to 1981. There's a World War II. James Dennis Scott, Corporal, U.S. Army Air Corps, World War II, 1922 to 1985. At least this is one of the good ones, guys. You can tell by that right there. He didn't die in the war. He made it home. He died in 1985. Ones with the death dates in the 40s. This is Billy D. Scott, Private, U.S. Army, 1935 to 1995. Billy D. Scott, 1935 to 1995. Says In God's Hands. James Dennis Scott, 1922 to 1985. Real pretty one, isn't it? Carlos Scott, 1927 to 1983. Looked like a 3 at first. Looked like 37. This is Lola P. Scott, 1900 to 1987, and James M. Scott, 1984 to 1953. Look at that name, Dovie, D-O-V-I-E, Dovie Patterson, 1884 to 1957, and Clint Patterson, 1896 to 1957. Marie Milam, 1918 to 1974. James E. Milam, 1935 to 1976. Terry C. Patterson, 1960 to 2008, loved by all. James E. Patterson, 1927 to 1980. Lula L. Patterson, 1899, and Vint Patterson, 1898 to 1969. This is Heath A. Bond, son of E. and Sherry. Son of E. and Sherry. Let's see, 1975 to 1976. This is a soldier's son at the bottom. Okay, that's all of this little section. No, there's, wait, one more. Okay.